on Sadie because she has been, have you posted your print-on-demand shirts on your shop yet? Okay, you guys know that Sadie has her digital wall art shop, her Etsy. Yeah. She started selling tote bags, also started selling t-shirts, and her t-shirt is so cute. I was like, did you make that? She said, yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks amazing.
I know. Speaking of t-shirts, we're going to be we're going to be teaching you how to create this file, the viral bootlegger, like old school 90s bootlegger style shirts.
Do you know why it's called that, first of all? Me neither. If you guys know why it's called bootlegger, please let us know. I assumed
it was because they would take images of artists and like mash them up on a shirt.
That's a valid.
And like the bootleggers would be selling those. That's the only thing I can think of, but I don't know.
I love it. I'll tell you guys, I did some designs of this during the Olympics. I don't know if that's copyright, but I sold a ton of them. If it is, they haven't been taken down. But anyways, this design specifically has done really well for graduation. So you can do this like if you've got someone that's about to graduate. You can do it for, I'm trying to think, dogs and like cats.
A lot of people do it for their significant others too.
Yes, you could put your own face on it and give it to your man.
I have one with different pictures of Jesus on it.
You and Courtney both have it.
Me and Courtney have one that says Jesus has risen with like R-I-Z-Z, Riz. Anyway.
That's hilarious. I think you and Courtney were supposed to wear those on the same day, and then
I forgot.
And you forgot. Wow.
Imagine that I forget.
Anyway, so we're going to be talking to you guys about how to do that. If you love Canva, you're going to really love this tutorial. There's just a lot of little like fun tips and tricks that you're going to be able to pick up, even if this design isn't for you. So make sure to stay tuned. And with that being said,
one other thing is if you see what you like here, if you are new to the channel and you are seeing what you like here, we're going to be using one of our Makers Gonna Learn fonts today for this. So we like to do this every so often. We are running our $1 trial membership where you can kind of try us out before you buy it for $1. What that is going to give you is access to every single cut file font, masterclass, anything that we have within our arsenal. Except for there are some courses that you're not going to get access to, but it's just like you give us $1, you get 7 days unlimited access to our website, Facebook group, all of that stuff. You get 20 download credits with that $1 as well, meaning you can download 20 fonts, 20 files, a mixture of 10 and 10 or however you feel like you want to do that. And then if you decide that you really like us and you want to stay a member, you will then roll over into a monthly member, or you can cancel before the 7 days is up.
Yeah,
but
I don't think you'll do that.
I don't think you will.
Yeah. So anyways, we have the link for that in the chat. There is a live chat going during our live streams if you guys want to chit chat with one another. Lots of you all are here all the time, so you already know that. But if you're new here, we would love for you to interact with us. Our set is still
in the process.
Yeah,
sorry.
This will be, we did get some of your like ideas. We have been receiving those. We just don't know what we're going to do yet.
It just takes us a while.
Yeah, it's got to we've got to think on
marinate.
it, sleep on it, pray about it.
All the things.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and head over to the computer. So I'm going to hold this up from far away. But I'm not satisfied with this design. I'm not satisfied with this project because, well, I don't know if you can tell, but from far away, this is on printable DTV. So, can you see it on the screen? Like, I don't know if it's caught up to you.
Also, we need to turn our lights on. We don't have the front lights on.
Are we dark?
It actually looks so much better to me with them off.
I know,
what do you guys think? Lights off? Normally lights are on. Can you see this?
It's very shadowed.
It's very shadowed.
Yeah. It's fun.
You guys can decide that on your own. I'm just going to keep going. But anyways, I'm just going to be teaching you guys how to design this. I will say that I think it would be better if you did this either on sublimation, so sublimated it on a white shirt, or sublimated it onto vinyl, onto a black shirt, if you know how to do that, or DTF.
Yeah.
Like not direct to fabric, but direct to film, where you use the powder. I think that is going to be like your best bet. But
Or creating the design and sending it to someone who actually has a DTF printer. So they send you the print and then you just press it.
yes, and if you have a print on demand shop, you can easily do one of these. And I should have brought one because I did a Morgan Wallen one for myself that I wear all the time on a comfort color shirt, and it looks so good. And it was direct to fabric, like printed professionally. So yeah. Anyways, there's this one, but we're just gonna hop right into Canva and start working on this design. So if you guys have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Okay, so when you get into Canva, let's just start from the home screen. Oh, the lights are back. We are going to open up a custom size document. So typically, if I'm just unsure of my sizing, you can measure your shirt, but a lot of times if I'm playing around with a design, I will just straight up do like an 8.5 by 11 on a custom size document. But if we wanted to, we could technically come in here and measure our shirt. Now I don't go bigger than like 11.5 wide, but sometimes with these types of designs, I like to go taller. So let's just see here. Yay. Okay, here. Well, I'm just going to measure it and I'll tell you guys. So you can see this is about 11 inches. Well, you can't see. So it's about 11 inches by a little over 10. So we're thinking like 11 and 11 by 11. So we're going to come up here to custom size on the share screen and make sure you've got your units set to inches and not pixels. Canva defaults to pixels. If you're like, what's pixels? This is the PX, that's pixels. So we need to be in inches and we're gonna create new design. Now, from here, we're gonna start gathering all of our elements. Now, I used stock photos for this because I am old and nobody that's graduating. Actually, I did find out that my sister is graduating on Friday because she did not tell anyone in her family. Yep. I told Lauren, I said, my sister graduates college. It is her second time graduating college. So anyways, I don't feel that bad, I guess. I'm just kidding. But we're just going to use some stock photos from Canva. And so I am going to go to my elements and we are going to literally type in graduation photos. Now, if you wanted to get these on your own, you could email them to yourself, then save them to your computer. If you have an iPhone, you can airdrop them to your Mac, which is the easiest way in my opinion. And then you just drag and drop them into Canva, okay? But here, you can see under photos, we have lots of different options. And we're just gonna use the same girl that we did before. I'm wondering if these are her legitimate senior photos or...
I mean, we could go old school and I could airdrop you some of my senior photos. I have them on my phone somewhere.
Oh my gosh, my senior photos. Did you guys have senior photos taken? Sadie, did you get?
Just like a headshot, but that was it.
Just one?
Yeah, I didn't have a photo shoot. I wish I did.
Nathan, did you? We have a special guest in here today. You had senior photos taken? Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know if people still do that, but when me and Lauren were in high school, it was like the thing to do. I will let you look for those. But what you're going to do once you get your images in, we're going to pull them over to our canvas one by one, and we are going to be removing the background. So with the image selected, you're going to come up here to this BG remover, and we are going to click that. Okay. And then we have our just individual person sitting here. Then we're going to open up another one, and again, remove the background, everything disappears. Now you can crop these in, and since we're moving these photos around so much, I like to bring that bounding box in as tightly as possible, because otherwise when they start overlapping, it gets finicky when you're trying to move pictures around and all that jazz. So I kind of bring my bounding box in, and you're gonna wanna do at least 4 pictures, if not 5. I kind of like to do like a row of 3 and then 2 in the front, but the way that these photos we're using are laid out, we can fit 4 images only and it looks fine, but 4 to 5 is kind of the sweet spot. Okay, I need one more of this girl, and I know it's here, but I think she's wearing a jacket maybe. Let's see. I don't know why it wouldn't be with the other ones, but I know it's here somewhere.
I'm still looking also.
You gotta scroll way back.
Well, I thought I had saved them
15 years ago, which sounds
earlier.
weird. Okay, I'm just trying to find one more photo. This one, the one I'm looking for, she's in a white. You found them?
Yeah.
You got 4 at least, or 5?
Girl, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You know what? Bye.
Actually, oh, you said bye completely.
Let's see them. Send them over.
Girl, I don't think these are gonna be. I don't think these are gonna be conducive for this bootlegger one, though.
No, we can make it work. Just send them. You already started it. We have to finish it. Everybody wants to see it. Everybody wants to see it.
Actually, I'm trying. Like they might be a little too blurry. I'll try.
Like
we'll try.
old? Okay.
We'll try. Okay, I'm gonna airdrop one.
We'll at least get a taste of one.
It's not coming up. Oh, there it is. There's one.
Oh, I'm so excited. Let me save it.
They still have the watermark on them.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, look at her. I love it. I love it.
You want another one?
I didn't. Yeah, girl. Full send. Okay. Except.
Look at those boots. Look at them boots.
Listen, I need the ones where you have the yellow. Look how cute. That was like the cutest outfit you could ever wear. Boots, white dress, denim jacket, with slay all day. Side sweep bangs.
Slay all day.
Side sweep bangs all day long. Everyone is loving your picture.
Here, let me give you another one.
Megan said you look exactly the same.
This is one. Oh, I'm sending it to myself. Whoops.
Oh, I can't show you guys mine because you'll be like, ugh.
This is one I actually got in the creek.
Oh, that was like the.
Well,
I bet everybody at school was like, Lauren got in the water for her
In a
picture.
white dress.
In a white dress. The women at church were clutching their pearls.
Girl, they were.
I'm sure they were. Okay, I don't know why that one won't open. Let's see if I click on it. Oh, here we go.
It says airdrop failed.
Well, I got one. This is Lauren in the water.
That's one of them in the water.
Golly, it's blurry.
I told you it would be.
There's another one though. Oh, I got 2 of the same ones here. I don't think we can use those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe just go back.
But I'm obsessed with them, and I'm really happy that we did this. I really am. Look how cute. You do look exactly the same. What in the world? Lauren has drank from the fountain of youth.
There is one, hold on, there is one though that my mom was like, Lauren Renee.
You got in trouble?
No, she just said I look too old.
Was she not with you?
Yeah.
She was with you.
She was. She just said that I looked way too old for my age.
Oh my gosh.
And I can see that as a parent now. Back then I was like,
yeah.
But now I see it.
Yeah. Guys, I cannot find that other picture of this girl. So basically you're just gonna need to pull in all your photos and take the background off of all of them, okay? We've got 3 images here so far. I kind of want to just find like a filler photo, but I really wish that I could find that other one. This girl is like giving. I don't think it's the same girl, but we're gonna use her. This is a community effort because I want to have 4 photos, right? 3 is just not it. Someone keeps saying top right corner. Oh, that is it. Heavens to Betsy. Okay, here we go. Background remover. We've got all of our photos. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do, I'm going to kind of size these down. I'm going to what I like to call dry fit. I'm just going to kind of lay them out how I want them to be. And you will have to play around with this a little bit. Sometimes it helps to refer to other photos. Like you guys can refer back to this one just to help you kind of get an idea for placement and things like that. But yeah, and you'll have to move around like some to the front, some to the back. Like this one right here, the bottom half of her body is cut off. So I tend to put those more towards the back. And then the one where her full body is showing, I will just keep more towards the front. And then we've got this one right here. But I kind of like to bunch them all together. Do you see why earlier I was saying you need to move those bounding boxes in so you can kind of get to the other photos?
For sure.
If you're having issues with that, even after you've shrunk that bounding box down, what you can do is come up here to the top right where it says position, and click that. Now, if you see position or if you don't see position and there's 3 dots, click the 3 dots and the position will be in the drop down menu. And then you're gonna come over to layers and you can move your layers around right here. So you can see if I bring this one all the way up to the top, then she's all the way in the front for that image. Okay, you can see if I put that one back, you can move it that way. Now you could do the whole thing manually this way if that's what you want to do, but I just find it easier to kind of move it around like more freely with my mouse. But that's a good way if you can't get to those pictures that are in the back, that'll help you a ton. So this is kind of what I'm thinking for her pictures. Now I'm just going to shrink these guys over. I'm going to select group and I'm going to just put them right here. Okay. The next thing you need to do, we need to go over to our elements panel over here on the left where we typed in graduation photos. We're going to replace that with watercolor, or even sometimes I'll put watercolor smoke or just like colored smoke, something along those lines to give us this like smoky watercolor effect. I mean, is that giving, that one's giving watercolor smoke. I mean, that's the best way to describe it if you're asking me.
Yeah.
And then there's like this one. You can kind of layer these and like resize them if you want. I really just like to do 2 or 3. Also, if you want it to be more saturated, there's other options as well. So you could do something more of this like splatter vibe, which is actually kind of cool.
Like that in the middle with like, and it kind of fades out. Is
Yes.
kind of cool.
Yeah. Honestly, like if I made this one a little bit bigger and then put this one in the middle a little bit smaller, I can even lower the transparency just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You see, are you picking up what I'm putting down?
For sure.
And then you can kind of bring all this to the front. And like I said, I like to dry fit it all, make sure it all looks good. So we're still kind of playing around with it. Now we do need some more elements. These shirts typically will have either sparkly stars or lightning bolts. And I think that lightning bolts are way more intense. So that's what we're going to go get. Lightning bolts.
Like realistic lightning bolts, right?
Yes. Yes. Like this one right
like
here.
electricity.
Yes. Like Jaeger Class of 2025. And I actually... Shocker. You're shocked. I actually did these black first, and then we went back and changed them to white because the white was like giving more. It looks like it like is cutting through it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to duplicate it. So Command D while it's selected. Now, don't be doing all this. Don't be copying, sliding it over and being happy with that, okay? If you're going to duplicate it, flip it at least and shrink it a little bit. So it like tricks people. They don't know, you know? Like if I just looked at that, I wouldn't know. Oh, that's
Nobody's
the same
gonna
one.
know.
No one's gonna know. So that's kind of the vibe. Let's blow this back up. I'm gonna hit Command and right bracket, and that's gonna bring our photos up to the front. And so we can kind of play around with the sizing here. I'm going to ungroup this and bring this one, this specific picture to the front, Command right bracket, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, perfect, and a little bit more out. And then I can't get to that back photo very easily, so I'm going to use my position panel to move it down. Well, that's just cute. Now, my lightning bolts are kind of placed weird, so I'm going to move those around because I want to be able to see them more. You could even put some down here. And then let's move this one up a little bit. I'm going to do another one. And actually, let's like get a different image. Here's one. Oh, he's a little faint. I don't know if I like that. Maybe we'll just duplicate this one again. Shrink it down and flip it. And then we're going to send it to the back. So to send it to the back, you're going to hit Command left bracket. until it's behind all the elements that you want it to be behind. Okay, so when you highlight it, there's a lot of elements kind of going on, but we're about to add more. Okay, these are supposed to look a little bit tacky, right?
Yes.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that with like all the pride in my heart. I love tacky stuff. Okay, it's like
There are
what I live for.
sometimes that tacky really speaks to me.
Yeah, you know I like tackiness. The tackier, the better. So yeah. Oh, one thing I did do, if you have pictures and like this specific picture, I don't know is our overhead camera working now? Okay, I switched it to class of 2025, so you guys can do that as well. I'll just show you guys how to do that really fast. Why not? Let me zoom in here. Where's my zoomer? Here we go. We're gonna come down here. If you want to move something, adjust something in your photo, there are a couple different ways you could do this, but my favorite thing to do is go to edit and go to magic eraser, and then we're gonna zoom into the words. You can even shrink your brush size down, and we're just going to go right over that, and then that's it. Hit erase. And then it will load and it'll get rid of it, and then you can put in whatever you want. So I don't know why you would need to do that, but just in case you need to, I am gonna add 2025. There you go. If you wanted to put like a funny saying in or something, that would come in handy. But also that little magic erase tool I use all the time for stuff. We're gonna use just a calligraphy script, something pretty close to what's already on there. And we're gonna change it to white, and no one would ever know. Bump the transparency down. It looks like it's a chalk, like it was written with chalk. Okay.
Okay, so we do have somebody say, why are we flipping the lightning bolts? So the reason that she flipped these lightning bolts is because you don't want them all going the same direction.
Yeah, especially if you're copying the same one. Like
Yeah.
we use the same lightning bolt in all three positions here, but you would never know that.
Correct.
So, okay, now with that being said, the next thing we need to do before we get into the typography part of this, because that was the whole thing for me when I started making these, I was like, I need the typography on these is so specific. It's arched a certain way, the colors are a certain way. So I'm going to give you guys a couple different ways to do that. But before we do that, I want to add a glow behind the girl. Okay, so you're going to select each picture individually. We're going to go up here to edit, and then we're going to go up here to shadow over here under the effects tab. We're going to click shadow, and then we're going to select glow right here. Okay, now whenever you select it, it's going to come in as a black shadow. I honestly don't hate the black shadow, but where her hair is so dark, it just kind of like doesn't do anything. So we are going to select this color, and then we're going to drag our little daughter all the way up to white. Now that is not enough. I need more. I need more glow. I want her to be glowing. For some reason, it's like lagging a little bit. I'm gonna turn up the intensity a little bit. These shirts, every picture, they're like glowing from the heavens. I don't know what that's about, but you got to do it to every single one. My Canva is like just going pokey. Okay. So you see how it's creating this glow? For some reason, it's not on the whole thing. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
It's not glowing all around. Let me
Do you have the offset on with the glow?
I just had to click off of it.
Oh, okay. Cool,
There it
cool.
goes. Okay.
Love that.
Yeah, I love that for us. I'm going to keep going. So we're going to select it, and then you're going to come down to effects and go to glow. I was trying to say shadow. And then we are going to change this from black to white. Just bringing it to the furthest top left corner is going to give you the widest white. The hex code is FF. If you ever need to know that. And then I'm going to bump up the intensity. Honestly, it's not reflecting over here as quickly as I need it to, so I'm going to click off of this and see. Nope, we need it to be bigger. So if you click off of it, just go back in, and then you can bump up the size. Now you could technically do the same parameters on every single one. So let's say we really liked how this one turned out. So we've got the size at 61, blur amount 30, and intensity 72. 61, 30, 72. Let's go pick another one. Go to shadows, glow, and then we're gonna go 61, 30, 72, and then I'm gonna change this black to white, and then click off, and there you go. I don't know why it's only doing it on half of her. That's so strange. Okay, I'm gonna go click that back one, edit, shadows, glow, and then we're gonna do the same thing. 61, what we say, 61, 30, 72? Can't believe I remembered it. And then we're gonna change it to white. Okay, any questions before we move forward? Because that's pretty much all.
Somebody said you lost the 2025.
Oh, it's because I probably moved.
Oh, and Nakia does have a really good question. Does the copy paint roller work for photo edits?
That is a good question. Yes. Okay.
So let's take it off of one.
Let's do it. Yeah. Hold on. Let's go back because I want to do that. Let's go back to before we did that last one. I don't think she has one on her anymore. She's got something though, doesn't she? Okay. So this one right here has a glow on it. So was it Nakia that was asking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's a thing that you can do with text where if you like bolden the text and make it bigger, you can copy it and then you can replicate the same exact size of text and color of text in another text box so that all your text is like the same size and yada yada. So with pictures, Nakia was asking, can we copy the style of the photo to another photo? And I feel like I've done this before, but I can't remember. Like I just did it out of instinct, but we're gonna try because I can't say for sure. So if you control click, go up here to copy style, and then it's gonna give you this little rolling pin and you're gonna hover over what you want it to paste to. So we wanna paste to this picture. It worked. It sure enough did. Okay.
Looky there.
Well, there you go. Good call on that one. Also, another little tidbit. When you're moving elements around in Canva, do you see how it's kind of like snapping? That can be really frustrating. Hold the command key down and it just loosely will move around on your canvas, which is really helpful sometimes if you're trying to line something up. Okay, so we have all of our images. Are there any other questions before we go to the text? Because the text is a little bit more, I mean, it's not hard, but there's a lot more. It's another segment, if you will. Anybody?
Not that I'm seeing.
Okay, a lot of you were asking the question about copying the style. Great critical thinking skills in the Canva department.
There was one. Jennifer asked, does Magic Write duplicate the font already there? So Magic Write will not duplicate the font, but it will get as close as possible.
Yes.
Or not Magic Write, but Magic Grab. There's a text grab. There's a text grab.
Yeah. But honestly, this is such a small detail. Like, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is add in her name. And typically, not typically, but a lot of the times it's either just their first name, or if their last name's more relevant, like on a Morgan Wallen shirt, I wouldn't put Morgan, I would put Wallen. But if it's like your niece and you're making it for your niece, like you're not going to put her last name unless her last name is relevant. Does that make sense? It's just one name and the most important one. So we're going to go with this girl's first name, which is Hallie, which I just made up. It's my best friend's daughter's name. And I just thought it would be cute. So we're going to add a text box. Actually, scratch that. We're going to use an app. Okay, so we are going to come over here to Typecraft. And this app we have used before. I'm trying to think of what tutorial we use this for, but this is a really cool app that Canva has that allows you to warp your text. Now you don't get to choose your own font, which I don't love. I wish they would just add that simple feature, would elevate this app to like another level. But you know, we're gonna work with what we have. Now, the ones I created for myself, I used Kittl. If you've never heard of Kittl, go get on Kittl.
Do yourself a favor and go play around with it.
Like, if you love Canva and you've gotten really good at Canva, you're going to love Kittl. It's like for people who love typography and like playing around with text. I love it. I use it for a ton of stuff. Anyways, my original designs I used for this because I could upload whatever font I wanted, and I could add a gradient. This, you can't add a gradient with the warp feature. But anyway, so we are going to go find a very bold font. We need like a very bold serif font. Okay, a serif has these little notches on the end of the text. So let's just select this one, Barbero 123. And then what you're gonna do is, oh my gosh, sorry guys, my mouse is very sensitive. So it's gonna pop this text down here. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and change this to red. Sometimes if they're at a university, there's a hex code for that school's colors. You can put that hex code in here. In this case, we're just going to do a really rich red to kind of match the vibe. And then we're also going to outline our text. So my border color is just going to be in white. And you can thicken up the border if you want. I want it to be thick, but not anything crazy. And then you're going to come down here and you can see that I have the ability to move this text, okay? And I had not used these mirror points that much before, but for this one, I wanted to try them out. So you see how I'm pulling this down on this side? I want it to do the exact same thing on the right side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mirror horizontally and watch what happens when I pull that left side down again. It's gonna pull both sides down for me rather than just one. And because I honestly feel like that wasn't there before, because I was thinking, man, it'd be nice if it'd do both at the same time. But now you can. So, but the one thing is, if you want to pull down this, you can't. It's gonna pull down the top row and the bottom row. So then I switched to vertical, and I actually switched to no mirror, and then we're gonna pull this down just at the bottom. Okay, because with these, typically the top is straight and then it's arched on the bottom.
Yes.
And that is like something you can't freely do in Canva. If you work in programs like Illustrator, this is super easy to do stuff like this, but for some reason Canva, it's just a little bit more picky. So if you want to do more arch, you can come back in. I turned my horizontal mirror on again, and we're just going to pull it down.
That is new. That did not used to be there.
I know, that's what I was thinking, because I was like, I don't feel like I was ever able to do it that way, because we would have to go in and like eyeball, you know, that it was symmetrical on both sides.
Lindsay says, I love Kittl so dang much for lettering. It's honest to goodness, if nothing else, Kittl is amazing when it comes to manipulating fonts.
Yeah,
that is what it is the best for, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. So anyways, this is it. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. So you can come in here and play around with it as much as you want. But once you get it how you like it, you can add the element to the design. Super cool. Now, a lot of these have a gradient text effect on them. There is an app on Canva that you can do that, and it's called Type Gradient, but you don't get the arch. So it's like, what do you want? I feel like the more impact comes with the arch text personally. So I just went with the arch, but there is a gradient one. So if you wanted to do this and you'd rather have a gradient, you can come over here and type in a name. And this one you can use your own fonts, which is really nice. So if you had a certain font that you wanted to use, just this Jellica font is like my favorite for this. You could use your own font from Maker's Gonna Learn. You can upload it right here. You can play around with the alignment as well as the letter spacing if you have multiple lines of text. And you can also play around with the gradient type. Now, I'm just gonna go with this linear, but you can see if I select radial, you can kind of move the radius around. You can move this around if you want to. even do this like mesh vibe, but the linear is what they use on the classic bootlegger shirt designs. And so what you would do next is come down here to your gradient colors, and I'm just gonna do like a red, black, and white gradient. You're gonna click on these little dots and then change the colors. I'm actually gonna do red, black, red. I think that would look better. And then you can add to design, just like that. And you see, it does look really cool, right? But it's like, I don't know. Which one do you guys like better? Let me know in the comments which ones you like better. I kind of want to see if I can add a stroke on this. I think I could add, if I want a stroke on my Hallie, like I want a border. I'm just gonna type it out and see if I could manually add one, because it needs a white border in my opinion. Like it's just kind of getting lost.
Oh, you're saying what you're gonna do is you're gonna duplicate that, but it's just gonna be, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it to an outline.
I'm afraid.
Let's just see.
Yeah, you can outline that out. You can outline that.
So then you would have like that situation, and then you can get these two together, and you can, where's my group? Is it not gonna let me group them together? Anyways, you can see what I mean. You can add that white on, but I like the arch personally.
Everybody's liking the arch.
Okay, see, I was thinking that y'all might like that better. Anyways, I do love the gradient text, and that is an option, so you can do that, or you can use that technique somewhere else. Okay, so we're gonna get this lined up really close. I'm gonna pull it down just a little bit, and I'm gonna send it back because I don't wanna cut off her head at all. And then we're gonna add another text box, and we're gonna do class of 2025. And y'all can't see this yet, but I'm about to make it bigger. I think the font I wanna use is called Molly. MGL Molly script. We did get a bunch of new fonts and files last week. If you guys missed it, was that last week? Yeah, it was last week on Monday, or on the 1st.
Sure enough, shouty.
Okay, all caps is not the vibe. Class. One thing you can't do, if you do it, don't show me. All caps, script text is a hard no for me. I can't. I'll have to tell you. If you do it, I'll have to tell you. I'll say you can't. And then I'm going to change this to white instead of black, because I think the black gets lost. Shrink it down, and then we can send it back just like so. And you may have to play around with the positioning a little bit because it's all kind of squished together. If it tries to snap, you see how it's kind of like locking into a place, but I need it to be in a certain spot. Hold that command key down, and you're gonna have a lot more freedom to move your design around. And then we can bump Hallie up just a little bit to give that class of 2025 more room to breathe. And that's it. You would save this with a transparent background, okay, to use on whatever. Does anybody have questions? This does look like the old heavy metal concert shirts. I feel like my parents had an AC/DC shirt that looked just like this. Or a Kiss. Maybe it was Kiss. Anyways.
That's kind of actually the where this is coming from. That's very similar.
Yeah.
That's where this, it's more of like it originated from concert t-shirts, things like that. That's why I think they're called bootlegger shirts, because the people who used to make, they didn't work with the artist specifically, but they made artist specific shirts. They did a lot of this style, which is what I was saying earlier. And I think it all kind of goes back to those concert t-shirts.
Yes. Danielle asks, could you do another stroke or outline on Hallie in black, like for this one? The only way that you could do that, if you really wanted to, this is how I would do it. You would select the text. We're going to hit Command D to duplicate, and then Command X to cut. Come down here, Command V to paste. So we're basically just bringing a copy down, right?
Yeah.
You're going to share it, download it as a PNG with a transparent background. We're just saving page 2. Hit done, hit download. Okay, it's gonna pop up into our recent downloads folder, and I'm just gonna drag and drop it right back in. So it's gonna upload over here. And then I'm just gonna grab it, okay? So we can delete this one that we drug down.
But no, it is gonna come in smaller because it saves the whole size of your page, even with a transparent background.
Yes. And then we're gonna go to edit, shadows, outline. For some reason, it only wants to do half of my...
For right now, but click off of it and see if it does.
Yeah, I think it will. I just wish it wouldn't do that.
Oh, it's still just doing it on half of it.
It'll come back in a minute. I feel, oh, there it goes, there it goes.
Okay, cool. You just have to think about it.
I was just thinking about it.
I just think about it.
Ooh, I actually really like that.
I mean, whoever came up with, who was that?
Who said that?
Who said that? Danielle.
Good call, Danielle. That looks really
good call. Way to go, because that is, I do really like that.
Yeah, that's fire. You can see it so much better. So much better. Okay, I love that. See, you guys are so creative. Let me send this back. Okay, that looks good. That's cute. Okay, so if you missed it, rewind me, slow me down. You can slow me down in the bottom of the video, okay? Yeah. Because I think that was a lot of steps. But anyways.
I also agree. Somebody said, looks like something is needed.
Right here?
Yeah. But like, I don't know what it would be.
I don't either. I mean, we could add in some stars, sparkles.
I mean, if you come up with something like this and you're like, there's something else that we need in the middle, you can always add in some like, oh yeah, like a bright shining star like that.
Shing, shing.
Oh, shing, shing, shing.
And you
look at that.
Add some more all over. I'm telling you guys, the more the merrier. The tackier, the better. Add it, she gets
and
a star.
And maybe move some of them to the back if you need to kind of poke out behind their head.
Yeah. I mean, what it do?
Yeah.
That's cute.
See, I feel like it feels more complete now.
Yeah, she's like a shining star, class of 2025.
Yeah.
All right. Period.
Any
more questions? Oh, somebody said a black and white check lightning bolt. That would be really cute too. Okay, if you guys design these, I'm just going to need to see what you come up with.
Yes.
Like, even if it's your face for a shirt for your husband or something.
Or if you're just playing around with this style and you just want to create something out of stock photos, I would love to see how you all interpret it and what you all create with this.
Yes, for sure.
Then he says, perfectly tacky.
Yes, I love it so much. This is like us talking about, do you like white Christmas lights or color Christmas lights? Whoever likes this shirt probably likes color Christmas lights. Unless you're Lauren McCoy. You don't like. Lauren does not like color Christmas lights. I don't know what her problem is.
I know, I have a problem, but I
don't discriminate Christmas lights.
I think it's because when I was little, I would like squint at the Christmas tree and I would just pretend they're all little fairies, and so that's why I like the white ones.
Fairies can't be in color?
They can be, but in my brain, fairies had white light.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know, I'm a weirdo.
Well, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked what you saw today and you're like, these people know what they're talking about, I hope that's what you think. You can join our membership for $1 today, which is really fun. We have tons of stuff inside of our membership, including 30 days to master your Cricut. We've got what?
Also, I was just thinking, why have we not been talking about digital design for creatives today?
I don't know, but we should. Let's talk about it.
You know what? Do we have a link for that?
Sadie's going to get you guys the link.
If you are here and you're like, OMG, I cannot even figure out what you all just did in Canva because I don't understand Canva.
It's brand new to you.
It might be brand new to you. We have what we call digital design for creatives, where we walk you through Canva and everything you need to know about Canva. I know that there's probably some people that are watching this that are like, but I don't even know Canva. Why would I use Canva? Mm-hmm. Here you go.
Yes.
We do have a course called Digital Design for Creatives that you can sign up for and get unlimited access to, where we will teach you everything you need to know about Canva.
Yes. It's so much fun.
And we will drop that link for those who are waiting here in just a second. Looky there, Sadie is fixing to drop it for us. So if this is you and you want to learn more about Canva, click that link right there and get signed up for Digital Design for Creatives.
Yes, love it. Well, we will be back next Wednesday, and I think next week might be a laser project. I don't think we've done a laser live project. If we have, it's been like years. We definitely haven't done a live with the X Tools M1 Ultra. So if you are wanting to see how the laser works,
Sounds like I might be hosting
Lauren's gonna be hosting. I'm more familiar with the Glowforge. Lauren is our X Tools girl. So anyways, y'all be there. Make sure and subscribe if you haven't already. That way, anytime we go live, you're notified. And yeah.
And if you haven't, hit the thumbs up button. I mean, it's free 99. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
All right, guys.
Okie doke. We will see you guys back here next Wednesday.
Okay.
Bye guys.